Well, welcome in everyone to week one, episode one of Bankroll Blitz here with Bobby Stanley and Josh Lander. I'm Brad Thomas. We have a special guest today, Slop, the man himself, Slopstradamus, the guy who provides all of the best gambling philosophies in terms of staying positive and attacking every single day. Fellas, before we bring him in, I just want to thank you guys for kicking off another season of this. This is absolutely phenomenal to talk NFL with you guys. I missed last year. I was sad. Bobby, how are things going? Anything that you're super excited about for this entire NFL season?
I just love the early weeks. I love the early weeks where the books are still weak. The lines are weak. Everybody's making assumptions with new head coaches, new offensive coordinators, players in new situations, players in new roles. This is the time to attack. And a lot of people like to go light in the beginning, especially like NBA, I go light. NFL is the exact opposite. There's no working in grace period. It's 100 miles an hour from the jump. So I love the start of the season.
What about you, Josh, man? Anything long-term you're looking at, or are you like Bobby and you go gung-ho week one, or you kind of scale it back a little bit?
I mean, I went gung-ho Thursday night, I'm be honest with you. So I'm already ready to go. I felt good about the Lions enough to get them even before the Kelsey news came out, to be honest, at 6.5. So I kind of came out pretty hard already, I would say. Already have a couple of teasers.
Came out swinging.
Yeah, I've been ready to go. And then honestly, though, my NBA is my jam too. So when that starts, we'll have to start getting that bankroll management in check for sure.
Dude, I went like okay hard. Like I had my 2 regular plays last night, and then I did 1 alt line, which if Jahmyr Gibbs would have got the ball running, he would have hit his alt rushing easy. He was averaging 6 yards per carry, but I digress. Let's bring in Slop, the man, the legend, the bowling master. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys. I am so fired up that it's NFL season. I don't hate baseball or anything, but this is just better.
Way better.
I mean,
it feels right, you know. Like,
right. Like, what do you want me? You know what I mean? Like, what do you want us to do?
After my first year
of baseball all summer, but it's time for football.
After my first year of full-time handicapping baseball, when Wednesday rolled around, I felt so glad to not place another baseball bet for the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's a grind. I don't know how you guys do it. God bless you if you get that baseball.
Home run props, like you gotta find different ways, you know what I'm saying, to do it. You can't just straight up go games. Like I don't even know who won the games or not. Like I'll bet a strikeout prop and then I just got out. You don't even after that. Like as soon as it's over.
100%.
You don't care. So for those listening, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go round robin, and we'll just give our 3 best plays of the week, and then we'll build a little touchdown parlay at the end of the show. So I will kick things off with my first play. I'm going Garrett Wilson. I know it doesn't start until Monday, but I'm going Garrett Wilson over 5.5 receptions here. Man, Garrett Wilson averaged, I don't want to go receptions because he didn't have the best quarterback play last year, but he averaged 8.5 targets per game with some pretty bad quarterbacks. I know the weather's supposed to be poor. It's going to be raining, but I think Garrett Wilson's the kind of guy that you target him even in those intermediate to short routes, those rain routes, I like to call them, just to get the chains moving. He's a guy you can trust. And with Aaron Rodgers, when he had that Devontae Adams connection, it was 12, 15 targets per game. That's something that I think that we can kind of see moving on week in and week out. And then anything with weather in the Northeast, I don't want to trust until it comes. So I'm not going to change my number on that too much. I feel if we had clear weather, it would have probably been somewhere around the, 7.5, whatever, Amon-Ra St. Brown's, kind of similar to his. Bobby, what's your first play?
So I know I'm the prop guy. I actually came today with some sides. I get my props out all on Twitter. I became a side guy. My first play, Browns +2. Now listen to this trend that I picked up from Todd Furman of CBS Sports. Since 2012, home divisional underdogs in week 1, 15-2-1 against the spread. That's 88%. Wow. 10, 6, and 2 straight up, 61%. So thank you, Todd Furman, for giving me that gem. I saw the Burrow press conferences this week. He said, I'm probably going to play. Do I think he plays? Yes, but I don't like that lack of confidence that, I'm going to suit up. He's going against arguably the best pass rush duo in the league in Za'Darius Thomas and Myles Garrett. He's 1-in-5 his career against the Cleveland Browns. And I think the Browns are a surprise team this year. Better on the offensive and defensive line. I love the weapons. I love Chubb. I love Cooper. We talked about Elijah Moore. I think this guy is going to be the Deebo Samuel of this offense and really get his career off the ground. So the weapons are there on both sides of the ball. Home divisional dog. Give me the Browns +2. And if you want to sprinkle a little money line, I don't blame you.
Let me put you on the spot real quick. Would you take Joe Burrow under 9.5 rushing yards? Imagining that he doesn't want to run too much, doesn't want to get banged up coming off the injury.
I would not, and because of that pass rush, if you're getting that edge pressure, you're going to step up in the pocket, and if nothing's there, he's going to tuck it and run, get out of bounds. He does a pretty good job of not getting hurt. If they were going against a team with a weaker pass rush, probably not. It would just be a line I stay away from in general.
Okay, let me kick it over to you, Josh. What's your first play for the show?
Yeah, I'm by the way, just echoing Bobby there. Like, I just started to hate those like lower than 10-yard rushing props for QBs for stuff like that. Like, I was starting to mess with Tom Brady's like half a yard rushing prop a couple of years ago and was like, what am I doing? That's disgusting. But my favorite play of the day, I'm going to give a prop here, and I'm going to go under with Mac Jones at 227.5. I had to dumb it down. I got it at 230.5 yesterday, but it's still playable at the 227.5 number there. Just not a number that I would feel comfortable taking him and a lot of quarterbacks against this Philadelphia Eagles defense that allowed like 179 yards passing last year. They did not get worse. They probably got better along the defensive line at this point with Jalen Carter looking nice. So I don't think he's liable to be able to do that. I understand Bill O'Brien's there, and now there's like competence in the offensive coordinator's position, but still not feeling like that's going to be enough, especially when I think the entire game plan is like ground and pound at this point. With all the running backs that they have, and the fact that the Zeke Elliott one was really nice to get someone inside the 20s to be able to rush on top of Ramondre. Like, I think that's their go-to strategy in this game. He's not even going to get that many pass attempts. So,
okay, I could dig that. I'm actually kind of leaning and laying the points with the Eagles. I don't know if that's because I love Jalen Hurts or I like pain. Fading Bill Belichick week 1 at home. Slop, what's your first play?
I'm going to go Jawan Johnson, 40-plus receiving yards, and that is plus 172 at FanDuel right now. Here's the thing. He might be good. Like, we don't know that he's not good. Like, he kind of broke out a little bit last year, but he was converted wide receiver, so that's nice. 40-plus yards, though, 8 different times last year. And he played with quarterbacks worse than you, Brad. Like, they were. You would have propped him up more. He's got Carr now, which is nice. Carr propped up Darren Waller for years. I mean,